7 simple steps that can help you get back on track. I want to talk about something that I know we've all faced at one time or another: lack of motivation. Motivation is that elusive energy, that spark that drives us to get up in the morning, pursue our dreams, tackle our goals, and become the person we truly want to be. But let me ask you this: what happens when that spark fades? What do we do when the fire goes out and we find ourselves drifting, lacking the drive to move forward? Now, that's an important question because every one of us has faced this challenge. I've faced it. You've faced it. It's part of the human experience. But here's the truth. Just because the fire's gone out doesn't mean it's gone forever. The flame can be rekindled. And today I want to share with you 7 simple steps that can help you get back on track, even when you're feeling down and out. First step, revisit your why. Let me tell you something. You've probably heard this before, but it bears repeating. Motivation doesn't just appear out of thin air. It's deeply rooted in our purpose, our reasons. When you find yourself lacking motivation, it's often because you've lost sight of why you started in the first place. Take a moment. No, take a few moments and ask yourself, why am I doing this? What was it that got me excited about this journey? What's the real reason behind my goals? Now here's the thing. Our reasons are powerful. Reasons can push you through the tough times, through the moments when you feel like giving up. When I was building my business, there were plenty of times when I felt like quitting. But I had a reason. My reason was to provide for my family, to create a better future for my children. That reason kept me going when everything else seemed to be falling apart. So I want you to think about your reasons. And if you find that your reasons aren't strong enough, dig deeper. Find a reason that moves you, that stirs your soul, that gets you excited, because when your reasons are strong, your actions will follow. Next, break it down. Consider this. One of the biggest motivation killers is feeling overwhelmed. When you've got too much on your plate, when the mountain you're trying to climb seems too high, it's easy to feel discouraged. So what do? We break it down. When I first got started in business, I had this huge vision of what I wanted to accomplish. But that vision was so big, it scared me. I thought, how am I ever going to achieve this? But then I learned a valuable lesson. Don't try to tackle it all at once. Break it down into smaller, manageable pieces. Focus on one step at a time. If you've got a big goal, break it down into daily tasks, weekly tasks, and monthly tasks. What can you do today that will move you one step closer to your goal? What can you do this week, and so on? When you break it down, suddenly it doesn't seem so overwhelming. Suddenly you can see a clear path forward. And with that clarity comes motivation. Next, change your environment. Let me share this with you. Your environment plays a huge role in your motivation. If you're surrounded by negativity, by distractions, by things that drain your energy, it's no wonder you're feeling unmotivated. You've got to create an environment that supports your goals, that fuels your energy, that inspires you. Take a look around. Who are you spending your time with? What are you exposing yourself to on a daily basis? Is your environment lifting you up or pulling you down? The people you associate with, the places you spend your time, the things you listen to, they all have an impact on your motivation. If you're surrounded by negativity, by people who are always complaining, always doubting, it's going to rub off on you. But if you're surrounded by positivity, by people who are driven, by things that inspire you, it's going to lift you up. So change your environment. It might mean spending less time with certain people and more time with others. It might mean changing your workspace, your routine, your habits. Whatever it takes to create an environment that supports your motivation, do it. And watch how your motivation starts to come back. Next, take care of your body. Here's the truth. Motivation isn't just a mental game, it's also physical. Your body and mind are connected. When your body is run down, when you're tired, when you're not taking care of yourself, it's going to affect your motivation. You've got to give your body the fuel it needs to keep going. That means getting enough sleep, eating right, exercising, and taking care of your health. When you're well rested, when you're eating nutritious foods, when you're staying active, your energy levels go up. And when your energy levels go up, so does your motivation. It's hard to feel motivated when you're exhausted, when you're running on empty. But when your body is strong, when you're taking care of yourself, you'll find that your motivation naturally starts to increase. So ask yourself, are you taking care of your body? Are you giving yourself the rest, the nutrition, the exercise you need? If not, make it a priority. Because when your body is strong, your mind will be strong too. And that's going to make all the difference. Next, focus on progress, not perfection. Think about this. One of the biggest traps we fall into is the pursuit of perfection. We set these high standards for ourselves, and when we don't meet them, we get discouraged. But here's the truth. Perfection is an illusion. There's no such thing as perfect. What you should be aiming for is progress. Every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. And progress is what keeps you moving forward. Celebrate your small wins. Recognize the progress you're making, even if it's not as fast or as perfect as you'd like. Because progress, no matter how small, is still progress. And when you focus on progress, you keep your motivation alive. I remember when I was first starting out, I wanted everything to be perfect. But I quickly realized that if I waited for perfection, I'd never get anything done. So I shifted my focus to progress. I set small, achievable goals, and I celebrated every little step forward. And that's what kept me going. So don't get caught up in perfection. Focus on progress. Keep moving forward one step at a time, and you'll find that your motivation starts to build step by step. Next, find inspiration. Here's something that my mentor taught me. Motivation doesn't always come from within. Sometimes you need to look outside yourself for inspiration. Find something that inspires you, that reignites your passion, that reminds you why you started in the first place. That might mean reading a good book, listening to an inspiring podcast, watching a motivational video, or spending time with someone who uplifts you. Inspiration is all around us, but you've got to seek it out. Don't wait for it to come to you. Go out and find it. When I was feeling down, I'd often turn to the words of great thinkers, great leaders, great motivators. People like Earl Shove, who taught me so much about life and success. Their words, their wisdom, their stories. They inspired me to keep going, to push through the tough times, to never give up. And I believe that if you seek out inspiration, you'll find it too. So, who or what inspires you? Find that source of inspiration and tap into it. Let it fuel your motivation. Let it remind you of the possibilities of what's possible for you. Next, take action. Here's the thing. Motivation is great, but it's meaningless without action. You can have all the reasons, all the goals, all the inspiration in the world, but if you don't take action, nothing changes. So you've got to do something. You've got to take that first step. Now I know that when you're lacking motivation, taking action can feel like the hardest thing in the world. But here's the secret. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. When you start moving, when you start doing something, anything, you'll find that your motivation starts to build. It's like a snowball effect. The more you do, the more motivated you become. So, start small. Take one small step today. It doesn't have to be big. Just do something that moves you in the direction of your goals. And then, take another step tomorrow, and another the next day. Before you know it, you'll have built momentum. And that momentum will keep you going, even when you feel like giving up. So there you have it. 7 simple steps to get back on track when you're feeling unmotivated. Revisit your why, break it down, change your environment, take care of your body, focus on progress, not perfection, find inspiration, and most importantly, take action. Remember, motivation isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you create. It's something you build. And with these 7 steps, you have the tools to do just that. So, go out there, take that first step, and get back on track. You've got this.